Even if the enemy is an overlord, we have no shortage of them ourselves. How do we want to deal with this?
That's easy! We'll just beat them half to death! Oh, wait, they're already dead.
It's been a long time since Disgaea has last appeared on a Nintendo platform, as the last entry was a port of the original game on the DS. Almost a decade later, the second Disgaea game came to reach Nintendo fans in the latest entry in the franchise, Disgaea 5 on the Nintendo Switch. This version of the game comes with all of the DLC, which you can access right from the get-go. This means the extra classes, recruits, and scenarios are yours to play around with. Disgaea is a strategy role-playing game in the same vein as Fire Emblem or Final Fantasy Tactics. Battle areas are all tile-based. You and your opponent move from tile to tile, and if you're in range, you can attack each other. However, the difference between Disgaea and other SRPGs is that Disgaea has systems within its own systems. Its head is so far up its own butt that one would typically think a game like this would fall apart, but instead, it's somehow the glue to keep it all together. Let's take it from the top, shall we? With the Disgaea series, its story and maybe even its characters aren't necessarily the reason why you play them. If you like animes, then sure, this game can be appreciated and entertaining in some way with its humor. But if you don't, well, tough luck. There's honestly not much here. There's a demon called Void Dark out there taking over the Netherworlds for his own purposes. As you travel through the game, your main party members on your team have their own reasons for wanting to take him down. Again, if you like anime and all of its trappings, then you might have some fun with this cast of characters and their completely asinine nature. At its core, Disgaea is a very simple yet complex machine. The story may only take you a few dozen hours to get through, but to see everything that this game has to offer, that may take you several hundred. Why is that? Because this game is a statistical nightmare. In your hub world, you can recruit people to help fight with and for you. Naturally, these people you hire level up. Want to know what also levels up though? The class that they're in, the weapons that they use, and the skills that they use also level up. And, if you want, you can get your character all the way up to level 9,999, reincarnate them, and do it all over again, but now they have better stats. If your favorite thing to do in an RPG is to grind, then this game has you more than covered. So on to the actual battles themselves. All of the basic SRPG elements are here. Tile-based movements, heights affecting whether attacks connect or not, levels being affected by a status, and so on. What makes the Disgaea series special is that it adds geo-panels to the mix. Geo-panels are a set of panels on the levels that have their own effects to them, so it's entirely possible for a level to have their own effect that covers the entire map, as well as a series of tiles that only cover a certain part of it. To make up for the lack of weapons for monsters, monsters themselves can transform into weapons for demons, allowing for really nice bonuses. An example being that both the demon and the monster gain experience for encounters. Nonetheless, there is a time limit on this, and once it's up, they're gone for the whole battle. Same with the weapon holder being defeated. If they go down, they both go down. Considering you can only have 12 troops with you in a battle at once, it's best to keep this in mind. Disgaea's charm is that it's set to 11 on a 10 scale. Nevertheless, Disgaea 5 ups the ante even further and making things extra crazy. For instance, new to Disgaea is the revenge system. When an ally is hit or defeated in battle, the revenge meter goes up. Once full, it will automatically activate. Once this happens, for 3 turns you're guaranteed critical hits, and all skills only use 1 SP. If you're in revenge mode using an overlord, then once per battle you can use a special technique that's unique to them. Of course, it wouldn't be fun if you hogged up all the fun to yourself, so the game applies this to your opponents as well. Due to the fact that opponents are incredibly dangerous in this state, once defeated, the game rewards you with a very powerful item. What you can do in the hub world outside of battles is just as insane as the battles themselves. There's the usual shop where the more you buy and sell items, the more it levels up, allowing you to do more things in said shop. There's also the hospital where you can heal up from the previous battle as well as revive. Using the hospital a lot can also gain you additional items. There's also a map editor to create your own levels, you can make curry to increase your stats over the course of the next few battles, or just outright cheat the game by buying cheats in the cheat shop, and much, much more. The item world is where you'll be spending most of your time in Disgaea 5. To put it simply, every item you possess has its levels for you to battle in. Doing battle in this world will cause the item itself to become more powerful and potentially change the characterization of the item entirely. So if you grow really attached to a weapon, you can continue to upgrade it for it to become more and more powerful. Other than that, there are also innocents to catch and subdue. Innocents are creatures that live inside your items that give buffs, and an item can hold multiple innocents. For instance, you can have a piece of sword that gives you bonus HP, SP, sphere resistance, and cause paralysis thanks to them. You can store and even breed them in your hub world as well. Kara World is where you'll be leveling up yourself, believe it or not. Here, instead of playing an SRPG, it's more or less a board game. You roll a die, and whatever the number is on top of it is how many spaces you move. The tile you land on can have a positive or even a negative effect on you, such as raising a stat, losing some health, or even losing a turn. As stated from the very beginning of this review, Disgaea 5 is a port of the original Disgaea 5 for PS4. Considering fans have been clamoring for the game to be on a portable device before the game even launched, the results came out pretty well. In the last 30 hours I've put in so far, I haven't come down with any issues whatsoever, being it docked or even in handheld mode. That said, now that this game is brought into the portable space, diving into the game will be much easier. The funniest thing, however, is that because of the fact that this is such a PlayStation-heavy franchise, a little bonus for this complete edition is the incorporation of trophy support. In the game, there is a character you can talk to see what trophies you have or haven't unlocked yet. Naturally, just like trophy lists, some of them are even invisible to you. When a trophy is unlocked, it'll show up in the corner of the screen and even make a small noise. The whole thing is a small but a truly good touch. Games like Disgaea are incredibly rare to a point where its existence almost seems unnatural. No normal person would want to raise a character to level 9,999 and have them reincarnate to do it all over again. No game should have what it feels like a constant stream of information for you to mess with at all times, regardless of the situation. A game like Disgaea is literally the reason why people say that JRPGs are nothing but menus, because in this case, that's all Disgaea actually is. An endless supply of menus that do nothing but lead into more menus. But at the end of the day, despite the definition of insanity, Disgaea is an absolute blast to play. Story and characters aside, the game itself is just fun. One of the best parts about Disgaea 5 is that you can ignore 90% of what the game allows you to mess with, but it's still a fully functional SRPG at its core. Everything else is just icing on the cake with nothing that spoils it, but only adds on to it depending on how far you are willing to go. And that does it for our review of Disgaea 5 Complete. To see a more detailed written review, be sure to check out our website, gaminggamma.com. A link will be provided down in the description bar below. Also, be sure to leave a comment down in the comment section below letting us know what you guys thought of the review, and if you guys are picking up this game for the Nintendo Switch. And if you're new to my channel, hey, be sure to subscribe for future Let's Plays, reviews, commentaries, and more. And as always everyone, thanks for watching.